What's up guys, Saif Ashraf here, welcome back to another video. Yeah, I know, I told you guys last time I've been an inconsistent YouTuber, but I'm back again already with another YouTube video. Surprising. But we have the Samsung Galaxy A52s. Here's my full review, and I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the most underrated Samsung smartphones ever made. You'll figure out why by the end of this video. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, just to make sure that I keep uploading. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into the review. So let's start off with the pricing and how much I got this phone for. Obviously, this is like a mid-range phone, so I got this phone for about £350 off a Samsung sale. Normally it retails at about £400, but yeah, that's a pretty solid deal. At the time of scripting this video, this phone is actually about £349, and then you can trade in to save up to £200, which, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. So let's start off this video focusing on the design of the smartphone. As you can see, I did buy the matte black option, and first things first, this is a good looking phone. It also feels great in the hand too. The back is made of plastic, so are the rims, but Samsung don't try to hide it like they did with their previous phones by calling it Glastic, whatever that whole marketing scheme was. This time, they do admit that it's plastic, but they do have a nice matte finish, which I always love. Of course, you do know that I had to buy the matte black version. And yeah, overall, the phone looks very, very nice. It can catch a couple of fingerprints though, even being a matte phone it does, as you can probably see a little bit in this part of the video. Good feeling phone, not too heavy either, and the edges are a little bit curved, like they're not as curved as they are on some phones. They are a bit flat, but not as flat as the iPhone curves. But yeah, it does fit comfortably in the hand. It is slightly like a box shape, but also doesn't like poke into your hand. Overall, I like the design. Although I do think a lot of you using this phone will rock a case on this phone. I actually use Spigen cases or Spigen. I don't know how to call it. Not sponsored or anything, but yeah, I really do like the Spigen cases. Let's move on to the front of the phone. This AMOLED 6.5-inch display. So Samsung have added their Super AMOLED 6.5-inch 120Hz 1080p display. Quite a mouthful, but the display is also great to look at. So of course, I did mention this is a 6.5-inch display, which means it is on the big side of smartphones. My iPhone 13 Pro, which I use on the daily, is about 6.1 inches, I think. I forgot now. But yeah, that is actually a pretty good size. This can be classed as quite a big phone. Even in your pocket, like if you are wearing tight jeans, this will stick out a little bit. However, it's not uncomfortably big. Like we have the S22 Ultra with the 6.9-inch display. That is huge. It is a big display, but it is a hole punch display housing the camera, which we will be talking about in a bit. It's also a flat display, which I like. I'm not really a fan of the curved displays anymore like we did have on the Samsung Galaxy S10, S22 Ultra, S21 Ultra. Those are a bit curved, but yeah, this is a completely flat display, which I like. Now, moving on to what you're going to be doing on display, obviously watching content, going through social media and stuff. Social media, 120 Hz, no matter what you're doing, browsing the internet, scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, reading your messages on WhatsApp, it will give a very, very smooth experience. Unfortunately, this display does not tone down to like 10 Hz, 20 Hz when you're on static, which means it will consume a bit more battery than other LTPO panels. However, this phone does have quite a good battery life, which we will be talking about in depth a bit later on. The 120 Hz does stutter sometimes, like when you're doing something intensive, or maybe you're just scrolling really fast on Instagram, or just even going through the settings sometimes, but I'm sure this can be fixed with a software update and is nothing major. Watching YouTube and movies on the display is also pretty good. The blacks are solid, the color reproduction and sharpness overall is great. So overall, Samsung have done a pretty good job with the display on this smartphone. Quickly touching on the speakers of this phone, obviously while watching the display, consuming content, you are going to be listening to a lot of things as well. We do have a stereo speaker setup with one obviously at the bottom and one as the headset speaker. Speakers are fine, they do get quite loud. They do lack a bit in like the overall quality of sound. Maybe that's because I've been with the iPhone 13 Pro for so long, but from a person who's going from a mid-range to mid-range phone, this is a solid speaker setup. Obviously, you do have a headphone jack on this phone, which is a huge thumbs up. Even though we are moving all to wireless headphones, having a headphone jack is still pretty good. I miss having a headphone jack because it means I can't use the aux cable in the car. Now I have to sit in silence while going to Tesco. Let's go. Alright, let's talk about the camera. If you do want an in-depth video on the camera on this phone, I did make a video which I will link down below in the description. Go and give that a watch if you do want like a proper detailed video on the cameras of this phone. But yeah, we do have a main shooter along with a ultra wide, telephoto and macro. And overall cameras are quite solid, producing good colors overall. Video is a little bit of a downside as stabilization isn't great on this phone, making the overall video looking quite cheap and not as high quality as it could be. But taking normal photos from all the cameras, especially the ultra wide angle camera, which I really enjoy using, it's really, really good. You'll definitely be able to get away with posting pictures without editing on Instagram or just taking snaps normally and sending them to people. It is pretty good quality. The video is the only thing which I think could need an improvement. Alright, let's talk about the performance real quick along with the battery life on this smartphone. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 778G processor. This is also a 5G enabled smartphone. Maybe that's what the G is for. But like, yeah, this performance is actually really good with the overall bundle of this phone. For example, going through your everyday apps such as social media, playing some games here and there. This phone should be able to take it. And along with that, we actually have pretty good battery life. So far, I haven't encountered any crashes, any performance bugs, anything really on this phone. Everything has been quite a smooth experience, which is a huge thumbs up. Battery life also should be able to last you throughout the day. We have up to 25 watt fast charging on the phone. However, we only get a 15 watt brick in the box, but at least we do get a brick in the box, which is a thumbs up. Now, moving on to the little things about this phone, something I don't like on this phone, I hate on this phone, is the vibration motor. Samsung definitely went the cheap route thinking no one would notice. It's just something that we don't notice every single day, but at the same time we do notice. That does not make sense. But yeah, the vibration motor is very weak. It's not a solid vibration motor, it's just like a buzz, it's hard to explain. Samsung definitely needs to fix the vibration motor in the next upcoming phone. But apart from that, overall, I would say this is a pretty good phone. Overall, like, just little things. I like the clicky buttons. I actually really like that. We also do have USB Type-C, obviously. We also have expandable memory on this phone, which is something we aren't even seeing in Samsung's super high-end flagship £1,000 super shiny advertised smartphones, which is, yeah, quite mind-boggling, really. Yeah, that's about it. The Samsung A52s is a great mid-range phone. I could say it is one of the most underrated phones Samsung has ever made because of the price and the amount of features smashed into this phone. I personally think this is a great phone. If you are looking to buy this and you are on the edge, I say go for it. You are going to be pretty happy with this phone. Something I do suggest though is using a case and a screen protector with this phone. It's not the strongest glass Samsung have ever used, but yeah, protect the phone. And yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to make sure I keep uploading. And yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.